Hi everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Warren Bennett. I think Trev looks pretty chilled out down there. Welcome to a sunny but very cold middle range here at Chesterfield. So welcome to the first video of this, I think I'll call it the Advent Calendar series. Basically 24 videos, one per day up to Christmas Eve. Today's video is all about less is more. You would have heard me say that statement quite a lot on a lot of videos. Now what is it? Well, too many golfers put too much effort in and not a lot of reward. I'm going to show you how you can swing the club more effectively to have more reward and put less in. I'm going to give you some pointers to really help you swing this club. So if you're into your latter years, or if you just want to create a little bit more speed, strike and consistency, well, this video could be for you. So I'll just get the back camera set up. Trev looks like he's okay down there. And let's get going with the first Advent Calendar series video. Okay, welcome to the first video of this Advent Calendar series, and I really look forward to bringing you some videos. Hopefully they won't be too long. They're a little bit shorter probably than most, may not be. I may start rambling on like I normally do. So hopefully it's not too silhouette-y behind me. But we're going to start off with this less is more, like I say. What can we do? What kind of ingredients can we add into our swing? So not change our swing, but just add some ingredients so to help this club swing around us. So first little tip is let's stand with a little bit of a narrow stance. What that's going to do, it's going to stop you moving around, because if I've got a big wide stance, I can get away with moving around too laterally. Now you need a bit of lateral, you need a bit of weight shift obviously, but I prefer the golfer to have a nice narrow stance and to be able to turn and coil. I like coil, but we call it turn. I like the golfer to be able to then turn quite centrally. That doesn't mean you have to stay on your left side. There is a natural weight shift by this twisting. You would have heard me say that many times as well. So a nice little narrow stance to start with, and that keeps you nice and central. And I like to put the golfer in a position where a lot of things happen naturally. You may have to kind of give yourself a little reminder, because it stops the over-lateral motion if you've got it. And then if you've got that over-lateral, your arms can't swing and then the club can't swing. So nice and narrow to start with. Next one is kind of in the same family as that. Keep your head nice and still. We're not moving our head around. Remember, the weight shift comes from the coil of the body. So there's a natural weight shift by the coiling of this body here. With the head, obviously it's going to move a little bit, but I like the head to move kind of just by where your cap goes, not by physically moving. If I show you that, so there's my head actually physically moving over to the right there. Yes, I'm creating weight shift. Yes, I'm getting over to my right side, but it's wrong. You can get away with that a little bit with a driver, to be fair, but with an iron off the floor, I would keep as central as possible and use the coil of your belly button as your kind of barometer and how you can shift your weight there. So as well as a narrow-ish stance, keep your head nice and still throughout. And that goes with the follow through as well, as you can see with the little replay there. Obviously my head moves a little bit, but I'm feeling like from the top of my backswing, because it's nice and stationary over the ball there, I can now keep it there. I'm already there, I don't have to move around. Because if you're moving around, it's quite inconsistent. Because if you've got your head nice and still and static, that allows everything to move, you see. If I've got this lateral motion with my head, now I can't move off my right side if I move my head, because I'll fall over. So the gyroscope in my head's going to go, oh, I can't move off my right side with my legs, so I'm going to have to stay put. And a lot of golfers are like that. It's exaggerated, obviously. So if you're a golfer that does this, or you know someone, just tell them to keep their head still. It unlocks the weight shift. I'll show you one more of those. There we go. It allows the arms and club to come down to the ball and swing. Another little ingredient, you don't have to add all these by the way, is a little bit of hinge. I love golfers that create hinge. A bit of a wristy swing. Now, yes, it can be a little bit more inconsistent because you're using your wrist, but many of the club golfer who, let's say, going into their latter years or has some physical ailment, it's harder to create that big turn. We all can't swing it like Rory McIlroy, can we? So to create a nice short arm swing, because remember, that's what I like that efficiency of the arms, get some wrist efficiency. in your swing. Allow some wrist. Now, putting the club in your fingers will help that, because if you've got more of a palm grip, obviously exaggerated, it's hard to then set the club. You can't do it, and especially in the left hand. So more in your fingers if you can, and that just basically gives you the chance to create some set there. So from about here, I'm feeling my club setting up here. Imagine if I've got a brick wall behind me. I'm now missing that brick wall behind me. I'm not missing it by lifting up, I'm missing it by hinging up here. So you can see my hands don't do a lot here, but the club is doing a lot. That's now showing me that I'm now hinging. Obviously that's a little bit of exaggeration, but I prefer the golfer to swing it like this, with a nice short arm swing and a long club head swing. As well as that, you've got some angle between the club shaft and the left arm, as you can see there. Now there has to be a little bit of keeping that angle. You don't want to get rid of it straight away. So a little bit of timing element here, and then you can get rid of it last minute, just like that badminton player swishing that shuttlecock away. So I'm not really doing a lot with my body. There's the less, but there's a lot going down the bottom. There's the more with the club head. Too many golfers are like this, because they feel like they're putting in a lot of effort, and there's the inconsistency that went across the floor there. So too much body, not enough arms and club swing there. The next little feeling, remember you don't have to do all this by the way, is a little bit of kicking. So you can see there, I'm kicking my knee on the way down. I'm not twisting it, because you may not be able to. I'm kicking my right knee way past where the ball line is. Let me show you that, nice and narrow, a little bit of hinge, head still and kick through. Remember, it's a bit of a juggle this. That's exaggerated, but I'd rather the golfer swing and move off their right side. Remember, moving off your right side doesn't mean you have to be Justin Thomas here coming into the ball. Not at all, because physically you may not be able to do that. And I can't really either. I'd rather the golfer swing with less body and more hands and arms. Okay, the ball went slightly to the right there, towards the 150, where I think I was going a little bit left of that. So it's told me I'm a little bit open with the club face. So I'm introducing a bit more hinge on the way back. Hinge meaning the club head will be open, but let's say it's square, but I'm really leaving it late, so I really need to work on that release down the bottom. So a little bit of hinge, head nice and still throughout, all the way through. You can see with the replay, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for my hands and club to come down. Don't lift up with that head. If you lift up with the head, the left shoulder and your body's going to be following that. Very hard to go with the head and keep shut. Doesn't really work. Obviously there are exceptions to the rule, but there are exceptions. Being able to kind of keep nice and still with the head pacifies the top half. Remember, kicking in with your right side. So as you can see from the replay there, kicking in with the right knee really helps keep nice and square through the ball. If you can keep nice and square, the arms and clubs can swing past you then. Beautiful. Really important couple of ingredients. It's kicking in with the head still, and then you can let go and release past you. Oh yes, lovely bit of ball turf there. And remember, you don't have to work at all these, maybe a couple of them. Feet together and head still is a beautiful one. A little bit of weight shift is a lovely one, because all these ingredients I'm telling you to help with this less is more is really going to help the others anyway. So having a nice still head will allow your weight to kick off, because like I said, if your head moves forward too laterally, or if you've got too much lateral in your backswing, and then you've got to mirror that, then you can't get off your right side. So keeping your head nice and still will really help that. Having a nice narrow stance will help the head. So all these little things are kind of joined up and all going to help each other. Okay, one more to leave you. When I was teaching one-to-one lessons, less is more. This arm efficiency was one of my main pillars to my teaching, because too many golfers are the opposite. I like you to increase your club head speed, increase your distance and increase your strike. And the hard thing about golf is you can't feel that. I can't feel it. I'm allowing that club to do the work. You just need to allow and give this club the best chance to swing. Okay everyone, thanks very much for joining me for this first Advent calendar series, or this December series, whatever it's called. So thank you very much. I know you've probably heard this kind of version before, something like this, but I think it's really important to maybe give you a reminder, or if anyone's new, hasn't seen those previous videos, it's really important how we can educate our arms and educate our club to swing more efficiently around us. Okay everyone, so have a great week. Thank you very much for joining me. The second window tomorrow, not sure what it's going to be, but I look forward to seeing you then. So from myself and Trev, and now cloudy-ish middle range here at Chesterfield, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then. Cheerio! Oh, the sun's just come out. Anyway, see you tomorrow everyone.